Beste mensen, wij lezen een krantje die wij hebben gevonden.
Ja.
Despite Burton's timely intervention, Ramos was able to disappear into the night and not get caught. At least now the public knew his real identity.
Hij is ontsnapt.
The man would struggle to move freely.
We gaan hem opjagen.
The leading story dealt with the disappearance of a young girl, the daughter of a certain Molesberg. Apparently, he was one of the richest and most powerful men in the city. Nevertheless, I had never heard of him before. The journalist was doubting the real disappearance of the teenager, assuming she was a runaway instead. I wonder what clues she could have had that led to such speculation.
Speculation. Ja, toch maar de brief dan, hè?
Ja?
The envelope sticking out didn't have a normal appearance. A cold shiver passed down my
Zou het
spine.
weer een brief van die man zijn?
And I just received yet another letter from Blowtorch. I immediately noticed the strange seal with which it had been secured, but I would think about that later. With a trembling hand, I set out to pull out the letter. On the paper was an address and a series of meaningless numbers.
Plover
Nothing else.
Alley?
Ramos was giving me an appointment in a West Miami alley. But that wasn't the most absurd thing. The most absurd thing is that I'd probably have gone. So Ramos was back after just a few hours on the run, ready to pick up our challenge where it left off. In the meantime, the Miami Harbinger was publishing news about the disappearance of the Molesberg scion that occurred the night before. What if she was the victim chosen by Blowtorch? I should seek out more information. The morning news was being aired right then. Maybe there was still time to catch the final minutes of it.
Oké.
Oké, televisie. Trolley. Er ligt de
What the hell
afstandsbediening.
was my remote control doing in there?
Nou, ik zag hem liggen hoor, dus niet willekeurig.
Kijk,
We hebben ook 2 opgerookte sigaretten in onze inventory.
handig.
The TV didn't turn on. The batteries were probably dead. And the closest retailer was half an hour away by foot.
Batterijen.
Ja, zo gaat dat.
Damn
Zo gaat dat.
batteries.
Die heeft
Must be
nog geen
some way to give you
batterijen.
even a little boost.
Hier is een oplaadsysteem. Nee, dat werkt niet. Een magnet.
It kept the device thermostat held in position. Removing it would drop the temperature as low as it could go. But, alright. I rarely ate the junk food in my fridge anyway.
Hup, nog een eetje meenemen. Ligt er nog wat in de fridge?
Alleen
Inside that
even
fridge,
batterij
there wasn't even
opladen met
misery
een
left.
Kan dat?
Dat weet ik
I
niet.
didn't want anything from the bar. I barely drank, especially when I was working on a case.
Pinboard?
I had nothing to hang at the moment, and there was nothing interesting among the items already posted. Blood and
Shells?
sweat I had completed that collection of action figures when I was a kid. After Green Dart, it was my biggest triumph.
Poster. Cold is your energy boost.
The poster claimed that the cold
We
filled
gaan
you with
die
energy.
afstandsbediening
I
in de
wondered if that
koelkast
was
leggen.
true. I always preferred the sea to the mountains.
Dit is een hint.
Ja,
Die wij begrijpen, omdat wij kapot slim zijn.
want je moet
I read
afstand
somewhere once that a dead battery could regain a small amount of energy in
dat
an
zo?
extremely cold environment.
Geen idee.
Ik,
Could it be true?
Wait.
This story of batteries recharging in the cold? Hey, maybe that's what igloos are. Huge batteries shaped like houses. Oh, that would explain why Eskimos wear gloves, to prevent electric shocks. It was time to discover if my limited physics knowledge
ben
would help
benieuwd.
me or not.
Daar gaat er in ieder geval voor zitten.
Ja.
Famous
Yeah.
tycoon Eric Molesberg, where an attempted break-in was reported last night. No statement has been released either from the police or the family, so the specifics of the offense are still shrouded in mystery. The only detail that has been leaked so far is some strange graffiti drawn on the front of the mansion, probably left by the same individual or group that attempted the late-night illegal entry. As you can see behind me, the symbol appears to have been applied using an enormous quantity of blood, perhaps of a human
Er is
nature.
een cirkel.
We await confirmation on the origin of the liquid, with hopes that it isn't the blood of young Catherine Molesberg. Stay tuned to this network for further developments. From Gwendolyn Pratt, back to you in the newsroom.
Oké.
That symbol on the wall. I saw it even before that swine of a hack opened her mouth. It was identical to the seal on the letter I just received.
Ah. Is dat zo?
I had no doubt anymore.
Had ik niet zo
Blowtorch was
herkend.
pulling out all the
Nee,
stops
ik
to
ook
finish our challenge in style. I toyed with the idea of contacting Burton to bring him up to speed on the situation, but I scrapped that thought. If I could close the case myself, my superiors would be forced to reinstate me into the department.
Is toch
Was
niet
it
zo
really worth the
verstandig om je
risk
eigen
of
gang
falling
te
straight
gaan in
into
een
a trap?
politieonderzoek.
Nee, hè?
Who was I kidding? I was never the kind of man to back down from a challenge, no matter how dangerous it may be. It was high time to let the world see what I was worth. I wouldn't be remembered as the detective that let one of the worst serial killers in the history of Miami slip away.
Is daar nog iets te vinden? Bed, bar? Nee, wat staat er nu in onze notebook? Before leaving home, I need to retrieve my cell phone. Oké. En we hebben in onze zak een lighter, 2 sigaretten, die brief, cellphone, ja, zal wel in bed liggen. Zo gaat het tegenwoordig.
Nee.
Bobby.
Bobby was down there for a reason. To protect me from nightmares. I'd remove it only in case of extreme need.
Bobby. Verder kunnen we nergens naar kijken. Nightstand.
The cell phone was inside the nightstand, comfortably resting in the underwear drawer. When I bent down to pick it up, I found myself looking at my parents' photograph. Mom and Dad, on holidays in Greece during their honeymoon.
Okay.
Dad with his typical sly look, Mom with an unlikely 80s rock star hairstyle. We always used to make fun of her for that juvenile look. How long had it been since I left Italy? And them. Looking at that photo always left me with a sour taste in my mouth, but that wasn't the right time to get lost in memories. I had a cell phone to retrieve and an investigation to continue.
Hup, onderbroek.
The night before, I'd even been able to deactivate that paid weather service.
Zo.
I could finally use the phone to do what it was designed for. Making phone calls.
Hup. Even
It
in het picture
represented the
kijken.
Sacred Heart of Jesus, a Christian symbol of worship. My grandma insisted that I take it with me to America for protection, but to be honest, I always found it, slightly gruesome.
Dat geloof ik. Daar kunnen we niet naar kijken. Die foto nog wel.
Claudia, the owner of the bar where I worked many years before. Sitting at the piano was his wife. Adela tried many times to teach me to strum,
Adele.
but with very bad results.
Oké, dan hebben we alles gezien, hè?
Ja.
Gaan.
Spannend.
The thing to do next was
Yeah, Mom.
retrieve Green Dart, just in case I
Yeah.
needed to race off in pursuit of Ramos. My beloved bike had been left at
Wat
the
zit daar
HPD the night
linksboven?
before. To recover it, a long walk awaited me.
Plafond?
Hey Richie,
Nee.
how's it going?
Hello, Lazarus.
Richie, we've been neighbors for 5 years now. What do you think about finally calling me Lars?
I like the sound of Lazarus.
There's something magnetic about it, don't you think?
Speaking of magnetism, do you still have that magnet I loaned you?
Yeah,
die hebben we.
you know, it's complicated.
What do you mean by complicated? You didn't lose it, did you?
No, not lost. No. I used it in a secret mission.
My magnet. In a secret mission.
Very, very secret. So secret I can't tell you anything about it.
Well, do me a favor and get it back to me as soon as possible. It's a fond family memory.
And that's what it would
Magneet.
remain for poor Richard.
Oh. Any good in de mailbox?
Any good news in the mailbox?
Once you could find love letters inside. Now it's just bills and a mountain of advertising. Do you even read the advertisements they send you?
No, I just use it to ignite the coal at the barbecues with my colleagues. See you soon, Richie.
Sure. At
Okay.
next Sunday's residence meeting. You'll come, right?
I have a previously scheduled engagement.
Sorry, did I say Sunday? I meant Saturday.
Even worse, I
Ah.
have to attend a funeral.
Oh, too bad. Then my
Hij heeft
condolences.
geen zin.
The only one who'd die would be me if I went to another one of those stupid meetings of boredom.
Kunnen we hem niet de magneet teruggeven?
Better think about it.
Nee,
We
dus-
hebben hem nog nodig.
Oké, wat is dit voor ding? Dangling parmezaan. Dat is kaas.
Het is kaas.
Parmesan had been dangling from the ceiling for years, and by now, it had reached a very strong seasoning. I used to
Waarom?
prepare a trap for a rat that was haunting the attic. I almost managed to grab it when the floor decided to collapse underneath my feet. And what's worse, I disastrously landed on the floor beneath,
Dan
causing
weten we
that
gelijk
huge
waarom
hole.
het daar hangt.
Moral of the story? The Parmesan was still hanging from those wires, and I had started to hate rats.
Hol.
For months, I kept asking and asking Miss Joyce to repair that hole. Sooner or later, I would fall through it again.
Oké. Er is 1 rood postvak.
Ja.
Er is een kapot raam. En dat een mailbox.
I was sure I would find only bills and late payment warnings. Sometimes it's better not to know, so I didn't open it.
Oké. Ja, dan is hier verder ook niks, lijkt het. Dan lopen we maar door, hè. De map. Nou, waar kunnen we heen? Hier. Headquarters van het politiebureau. Lars' house. Oh, dat is het enige ook.
Oh,
Dan gaan we maar naar het politiebureau.
dat denk ik ook.
I found a very
Die mag
bad
wel.
surprise waiting for me outside the office. Those idiots in the department had pierced the tire of my beloved green
Aw.
dart.
Oh, ja.
Furthermore, the bike was locked to the streetlight with its chain. We, though, probably had the keys, but for the tire, I would have to come up with something. One thing was for sure, I wouldn't leave the HPD without my green dart.
Gaat ongetwijfeld goed komen. We maken een snelle checkpoint, want we zijn bij een nieuwe locatie.
Ja.
Dus we hebben onze appartement doorlopen. En we gaan hier eens proberen om onze motorfiets te fixen en door te
Ja.
gaan. Zien we jullie graag volgende keer.